Dylan from Mathsu here, showing you how there are multiple ways sometimes to answer a maths question, and it's important children are shown every single way possible, taught correctly, so they can choose the most efficient method. Firstly here, finding a percentage of an amount, something we teach children a lot is to create a kind of toolbox. Can you work out what 10% is? Can you work out what 1% is? Once you've done this, you can then work out any percentage. Let me show you how. So 10% of 3,400 divided by 10, you get 340. 1% is going to be 34. So how do I build 49%? Well, I want 4 lots of 340. We can do short multiplication and we'd end up with 1,360. And here we can do 1%. Well, I want 9 lots of 1%. 9 times 34, that's going to give me 306. Then I can combine these two here. 1,360 plus 306 gives me 1,666. That is a correct answer and you get the mark. But if we're truly fluent in maths, we understand that there are other ways that might have been more efficient. For example, a second way here, again taught across the land to many Year 6 children, is to simply divide the total by 100 to get 1%, and then multiply it by 49. Here we have two placeholders here in the ones and the tens column, so we know actually 34 is 1%, and we can just multiply it straight away by 49. If we're proficient in long multiplication, we can work out this answer and we would get 1,666. You might have some children that think this is a better method for them, other children that think this is better, and the time difference wouldn't be so huge. That's fine. But there is a third way that I think for every child, if they had this in their armory as an option, they would save time and be able to move on quicker to other questions. And that is simply noticing something. What do you notice about 49%? What's it really close to? We can reason, we can ask these questions, we can get discussions going, and someone will say, it's very close to 50%. Yes, it is. 50% is the same as 1/2. I can work out a half very quickly in my head. I've got that ability, my class does from previous learning. What's half of 3,400? Well, that's going to be 1,700. That's 50%. Now, all I have to do is take away 1% to get down to 49%. 1% we know is 34, so we just take away 34 and we end up with 1,666. Just like at the top, much quicker. Children who are fluent in maths will have all of this in their armory and they will pick the most efficient and best method for them.